Hi, I haven't talked about Marvel's Midnight Suns in a while. What the heck have I been doing? Well, for a little while there, even the Midnight Suns people were pretty quiet about the game. Originally, we were going to have Midnight Suns in March of this year, which is 2022 in case you're watching this sometime way into the future on like a holographic device or something. I don't really know how the future works. In November of 2021 though, Firaxis announced that the game would be moved to the later half of this year to, quote, make it the best game possible. And in case you're wondering, I'm absolutely okay with that. As much as I want a game that I'm really excited about in my hands as soon as possible, people need time to make stuff. We really should be better at giving people the time that they need to make stuff as good as they can make it. In June, again of this year, at Summer Game Fest, Midnight Suns re-emerged with a brand new trailer, a new look at some enemies, and even 2 new playable characters. So I want to hear in the comments which part of that trailer was your favorite. Was it Fallen Venom? Fallen Hulk? Fallen Scarlet Witch? Or maybe it was Spider-Man. Or, interestingly enough, non-fallen teammate Scarlet Witch. That's one of the parts that's most exciting to me, by the way. Fallen Scarlet Witch and Scarlet Witch that's on your team. Without knowing anything about how the story goes, and I tend to avoid story spoilers as absolute much as I can, that suggests to me dynamic storytelling. Like, it might not be influenceable, we might not be able to say stop Scarlet Witch from joining the bad guys, or maybe she starts on the bad guys and we might not be able to choose when she joins our team. That kind of stuff might be baked right into the story, so that's not what I mean by dynamic, but friends becoming enemies, enemies becoming friends, that's just good stuff. We have to know that there are stakes to trying to save the world, and sometimes those stakes are just a really powerful magic wielder that you used to be friends with trying to kill you. But not like a lot, I hope, because I am going to be best friends with these characters, even if it does kill me. And if Scarlet Witch is a bad guy, it very well might. Either way, we know a lot more than we knew last fall, especially with the amazing deep dives we've got from the creators who got to get hands-on with the game.
Hi there, my name is Christopher Odd. I recently spent 5 hours playing Firaxis Games' upcoming release, Marvel's Midnight Suns.
I've watched Christopher Odd's, for example, and that's about as deep of a dive as we get right now. That's like scuba dive level stuff. He shares a lot of things that you should honestly just go watch for yourself, so I'll put a link in the description, but it probably makes sense that I make a video of my own about this because making videos is my job. So when the new trailer dropped in June, we watched it on my Twitch channel many times. And then we talked about it a ton, and then we watched it again. But I didn't really make anything for YouTube. I hope that me not making a video didn't make you think that I wasn't excited, because in my last video, I think I went into pretty good detail about how I was excited. So even though I don't know if strategy games are right for me, and even if I think I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes along the way, here's where I land on Midnight Suns. I'm excited, I can't wait to play it, and I plan to give it every possible chance to be one of my new favorite games. And guess what? I'm still excited. So I should have made something here on YouTube where all of you are to say, holy crap, I cannot wait for this game. To say, when this thing comes out, I'm going to spend so much time playing it that you might have to worry about me just a little bit. Why am I still so excited, you might ask? Well, thanks for asking a question I was already planning on answering. First of all, I'm excited just because it's superheroes and because it's Marvel. I love superheroes. I love Marvel. If you didn't know that by now, I don't know how. I don't know how that hasn't been obvious by this point. But if you didn't know, now you do know. I love superheroes. I'm also excited because it's just a new video game to play. I also really love video games, if that part hasn't become obvious too. And I'm excited because it's something new. Firaxis isn't new at making strategy games, obviously. But when's the last time you saw a superhero game like this? Now, I admittedly don't know every single game off the top of my head, and I'm sure some of you are going to have some games that this is comparable to, and you're going to put them in the comments, so thank you for that. But I think we should be absolutely ecstatic that someone decided to make something different than the traditional action superhero game. Christopher Odd, in that video that I told you about before, described it as a strategy RPG, and I don't know, honestly, if I've ever really played a game exactly like that. I've played strategy games, I've played RPG games. Have I played this combination, especially with the card building aspect mixed in? I don't think I have. Like I said, I'm excited because this looks to be a game unlike something that I've played before. Obviously, it's going to have elements of things that I've played before, but it's different too. And I think it's kind of good to be excited about something different. It doesn't have to scare us that it's not like something that we're used to. We can wait until it comes out and make our decision then. And maybe, honestly, maybe the answer is going to be that the game just isn't for some of us. That's a very real possibility. But I don't think we should decide that with what we know now. I think, for me, at the very least, I'm going to wait until the game comes out and then make that decision. And I can probably tell you already that I'm probably going to like it. I'm just a big fan of superhero stuff and Marvel stuff, like I said. And honestly, the more superhero stuff, the more Marvel stuff, all of those things that we get, the happier I'm going to be. But there's always a possibility that not every piece of content that's superhero related or Marvel related is going to be for me. That's a possibility. But I'm not going to make that decision now. I'm going to get my hands on this game, I'm going to give it a try, and that's when I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to level with you right now, and I hope that's okay. I'm not sure I'm going to be any good at Marvel's Midnight Suns. Like, I might be full-on bad at it, and you guys are just going to laugh when I play it on Twitch. Because it's not my normal style of game. Whatever the reload checkpoint mechanic is, or the retry because mission failed, I bet that's going to be used an awful lot by me. But I'm still even excited about that. And yeah, you heard me right. I am even excited to fail. Because in a game like this, I think failing is learning. And if it's not something that I'm used to or familiar with, I'm okay with learning how to be better at it. I think that's really exciting. And I'm also still excited, even if I fail, because I love these characters. Captain Marvel is just one of my favorite superheroes ever, and I get to make my own avatar and hang out with her and a bunch of other legends. I get to save the world with people who are kind of known for that. That's the dream, man. Now, I know I haven't had a lot of clips or anything that you haven't seen before, and that's just because I haven't had a chance to get hands-on with the game yet, but I will soon. I mean, at the very least, I will when the game comes out. So expect more Midnight Suns content to come on my YouTube channel and also over on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and come find me on TikTok and Twitter if you haven't yet. I do a lot of stuff on those platforms as well. The links are going to be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to make more Marvel's Midnight Suns content for you, and I'll see you next time.